What is going on, everybody? Back at you with your host and the man of this podcast, Sam McIntyre. Hope we're doing well today. I'm filming this right around halftime right now. Steelers are losing. I don't know what's going on with that. 17-0. I don't know what's going on. Anthony Richardson, it's hurt again. I'm telling you, he's turning into Cam Newton. Crazy college football last night. I am so glad football's back. I say that every week, but thank God it is back. So today I wanted to touch on the game last night. I wanted to touch on the Giants-Cowboys, what my thoughts are of that. How I think the Giants are a little bit closer than people are giving them credit for. And Dallas roller coaster. They're just a circus. And then I kind of wanted to throw, I know this is a little off topic, but I figured I'd, say something on here. I watched the Vince McMahon documentary last night from WWE. Holy shit. It is like, my mind is blown. I'm still reading articles and stuff that I never knew about from WWE. I knew something about it, but not a lot. Mind blown. So, sorry, I had to get something off my chest there, but craziness. So, I wanted to first talk about the Giants-Cowboys. And I know Giants, they lost again. And Daniel Jones now moves to 1-8 against the Cowboys. Dallas has owned this division. I get it. Dak's record is 24-4 against Washington and the Cowboys, or against the Giants, excuse me. I don't give a shit about any of that, because at the end of the day, you have to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. That's your one guy. That's the guy that you got to beat. Now, granted, for the Cowboys, they split with them and they've sometimes swept them. Okay. But I got to tell you something, Dallas. Your run of that, you had that 8-year window, kind of like the Steelers with Big Ben. Like, you could smack around. You had 4 easy wins. You beat the Browns and you beat the Bengals. Okay, it's over now. The Ravens have always been well run. They're there. You look at, the Bengals, they ain't going away with Joe Burrow. And then you have the Browns, who, let's face it, we know they're a circus, but they've had good teams, and when Baker got there, their team was stacked and loaded with young talent. That's what happens when you're on a rookie quarterback contract. You can get guys cheap and just load up the roster until that quarterback's contract and that rookie contract is done. So what I'm saying about Dallas is, this is what I'm saying. You have to strike the iron while it's hot. You had so many chances, Dallas, in that 8-year run to do something with it, and you did nothing with it. You did nothing with it. And Dak Prescott, again, I'm done. I've seen enough. He needs to go. Go draft Shador. Go do it right now. Because I think, like I told my buddy Nick Deaton, he's the same guy to me. Not a great thrower. Okay thrower. He's like a Geno Smith clone. Fine. But it's a circus. Until Jerry steps down, none of this is going to matter. And I keep going back to this. That name Jerry, and all the teams that I've watched, the Last Dance documentary in the NBA, when Michael Jordan, who is the greatest basketball player of all time, stop telling me it's LeBron, enough. I got to argue with people every day about that. That's besides the point. And then I got Jerry Jones and Jerry Reinsdorf. That name Jerry just screams to me ego. And I get it. We're guys. We got egos. Puff chest out. I got it. But there comes a point, though, where you just got to step back and go, okay, know my role. I understand it. And when I look at the Cowboys, and when I said they're a circus, they are. And they've been this way since 1992, when Jimmy Johnson was there. They had a run. They had some momentum. But Jerry just couldn't take the credit. And what has it done? I saw numbers the other day that mind-boggle me. The Raiders, in the last 29 years, this team right here, who we play later today, I'm recording this before the Brown game, they've been to 2 AFC Championship games. More than the Cowboys. They haven't been in 29 years. Do you know how hard that is? Good hell, last time, 1995, Toy Story was in town. The hell? That was 2 years before I was born. And this guy came out of the womb. Smile. But you know what I mean? It's a joke. And then the Carolina Panthers, they're a circus right now. They've been to the playoffs 9 times and went to the NFC Championship game 4 times. More than the Cowboys. And Jaguars, they've been dysfunctional, right? Oh, Jacksonville. Oh. They've been 3 times. Oh, okay, let's do one more team, Dallas. I'm going to do an exercise with you guys. One more team. The Bears. Yeah, Bears. The Bears. have been to 2 conference championship games and a Super Bowl before the Cowboys have. I said Cowboys equal Circus. This is what they are. And listen, can we stop banging on McCarthy? He's not your problem. Jerry is the problem. Mike McCarthy's a good coach. He's won a Super Bowl. He's got the same record, post and regular, like John Harbaugh. But you're telling me that he's a bum? I get they have penalty issues. No question about it. They're undisciplined. You see it. No doubt. You saw it Thursday night, which some people like Dan Patrick have said that's why he doesn't like Thursday night football. There's a lot of penalties, a lot of sloppiness. I get all that. But you got to get your team ready to play. So I say this with the Cowboys, they're a circus right now. Now on the flip side, let's go to the Giants. I'm telling you, this team is close. And it's closer than everybody thinks. Everybody thinks, well, Giants suck. No, they got a good coach. Their GM seems okay. I didn't love them getting rid of Saquon Barkley. I hate that they got rid of Saquon Barkley. Hate it. But it is what it is. And Devin Singletary ain't bad, but he ain't Saquon Barkley. Okay, now they got to get a running back 4th, 5th round. You'll be fine. Which historically you can do. Malik Neighbors is a stud. I said last week on my video with Nick Deaton, stud. I don't know what else I need to look at. There's no development, damn it. That guy's a stud. That's like the Alabama kid, Ryan Williams. I mean, that's no development. The kid's a stud already. So, the Giants have pieces, and then they have their left tackle, Andrew Thomas, and they got some guys moved around that offensive line that I feel like it's stable enough to work. But now you need to get a quarterback that works. Daniel Jones is not it. I've said this before. I can't trust the Giants, to win because of him. They have the pieces. Giants right now, there's places in place there. They remind me of Seattle a little bit when I've talked about this before. Everything is in place. Now, I would argue Seattle's a better overall team than the Giants, but a lot of the same components. Really good defensive line, a star offensive line, a star left tackle, and then you have a couple great, Giants only have the one guy on the outside compared to Seattle's 3 horsepower guys with Jackson Smith and Jigba, Tyler Lockett, who's always been underrated to me, kind of like a Buda Baker, as I mentioned, and then you got DK Metcalf, who's a poor man's version of Terrell Owens in this day and age. So I'm watching that, and I just think if the Giants got Cam Ward or Carson Beck or one of these kids, they're right there. So Dallas, wake up. Oh, by the way, Washington's better now with Jane Daniels. Watch them get them in an offensive line this offseason. I'm not saying now, but in the offseason, watch that with the Kingsbury thing. I'm telling you, man, watch out. Watch out, Dallas, because your run is kind of over. And I would take the Giants' future than yours. Giants have a young future. Dallas has big names with big contracts, and they're crazy. So I wanted to hit on last night that Bama-Georgia game. And these games, to me, always are fun to watch. I had that on, and then I had the Vince McMahon documentary and another TV last night in my room. And I got to tell you, I was more impressed with Carson Beck last night. Now, granted, he played awful. No question about it. 54% completion percentage. That can't cut it. And I defended the kid. And I figured I'd have some comments of people saying, Sammy, he's your guy. Sammy, he's your guy. He still is. Last 2 games have not been great. Now, he's dealt with an elbow injury. I'm not going to make injuries an excuse. But when you're a quarterback and you got an elbow, there's some problems. Now, their offensive line's a little bit dinged up. You're kind of seeing how average he is. But the talent's there with him. The raw talent's there. He can throw the ball from a spot. He's more of an Eli Manning type statuesque guy at the pocket. From people that I know, this kid can get it. He's going to go in the first round. There's no question about it. No doubt. Slam dunk. Put it down. Write it in writing from yours truly. And I'll figure that out and how good he throws at the combine when I go down there in March, which I'm going to do from here on out for the rest of my life. The point is, Jalen Milroe impressed me too. But I was more impressed when I wanted to get touched back on this with Carson Beck because they were down 28-0 last night. That's hard to do from your quarterback and you're just sitting on the sideline. So I kept saying last night, Carson, get him in a rhythm. Okay, they went no huddle. They went tempo. They went fast. Okay, now I'm seeing this. Tornado drills. Spin it. Let's go. that sped up version of songs that I like to listen to sometimes. So now they got something going. And then they made a game last night, and then he made a bad throw in the end zone. But he fought his ass off last night. That's what I need to see from Carson Beck. Now, can he continue this throughout the year? Sure. I don't think Georgia, this loss is bad. And they own Georgia. Alabama does. And I'll tell you what right now, that is, to me, the greatest handoff of coaches that I've ever seen in my lifetime. And I don't think we'll ever see it again. To go from a GOAT status of Nick Saban to Kalen DeBoer. Shake hands. South 5. I mean, it is insanity. 104-12 at Sioux Falls, goes wherever he's gone. Fresno, there. The guy, he's a stud. So, I think, to me, Alabama's fine. Now, is Jalen Milroe, could he work in the NFL? I think so. I saw enough. Good deep ball. Runs really well. Great kid. Had some picks last night. The one that in the end zone was kind of but whatever. Okay. But, I'm excited. I thought last night was great. This is why college football's king. You get two mammoths going at it, two powerhouses in the South, at night in Tuscaloosa. That's what it's about. Now, I did see Jake Jackson Dart, my guy, sucked yesterday. That was bad. That was bad with him. But he's my number 2 quarterback in this class. So, that's all I wanted to tell you guys about today. I hope you guys are doing well on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday. I appreciate all the comments I've been getting. I appreciate it. Keep sharing, subscribing, tell your friends, tell your family. And, let me see. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. Enjoy it. It's football day. It's the best time of the year. You get your sweaters on and have a great day. Like, subscribe, comment on my podcast. I truly appreciate it. And talk to you guys soon.